It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in week 4. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. They start on the ground with Elliott. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. So this game here in London, the first of 5 games in the NFL International Series for 2022. We'll see the Giants and Packers here next week. Broncos and Jags at Wembley at the end of the month. The Seahawks and the Bucs, that'll be in November in Munich, Germany. First time a game's been held there. And then we wrap up down in Mexico City, November 21st. Cardinals and Niners from Estadio Azteca. The slot man in motion right. A first down carry by Elliott. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This defense for the Saints. Carolina.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Here's Jerick McKinnon, his first carry of the ball game. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, that's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. DK Metcalf, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, or they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Slot man moves right. Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. In motion, the tight end. On 2nd down, Elliott. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Fourth down. Here's Lawrence. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Saints will have the football back. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. A little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point, as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's got some space here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Christian McCaffrey, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's Demario Davis navigating his way into the backfield for a tackle for loss. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Eluding the pressure right. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And they're able to work. This across midfield to the 48. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And some space here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 87 yards rushing for him as he has been. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They'll look to throw here. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. DK Metcalf with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Saints have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. From the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but he's got him in, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Lawrence. And that's Elliott, complete. No gain on the screen there at second down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Try to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to have it here just past the 25. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown. DK Metcalf on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Saints continue to pull away here this first half. Extra point good by Prater. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This one fielded at the 5. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Folk connects on the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And got his man complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Christian Watson, 77 yards. And their lead in the final minute of the half. Now Prater to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Hey, you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I'll bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, as they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line.